I don't even know if it applies. Yeah, quickly. So I got a theory, and the theory is that Dave, I don't know if maybe Dave is going to be a British Nigerian rapper who's going to be considered the greatest in the world, the best rapper in the world at some point. I don't know how near in the future, but at some point. So my reasoning behind this is because one, the power of the diaspora. So Nigerians, for one, are one of the most intelligent, academically brilliant, educated, articulate people in the world. Wherever they go in the world, whichever country that they migrate to, they tend to try and dominate. They tend to try and make a mark, a significant mark in whatever field that they're in. And they're very, very key on education, and they're very key on articulation. So, if they went to England, they would try to be the best orators, the best in terms of delivering messages using the English language. So whether it be law, you know, there'll be great lawyers, solicitors, barristers, etc. So that's one. Two, the greatest rappers now, they've got a blend of, let's say, delivering a message, a positive message, a message that a lot of people can relate to and can make hits, they can make bangers. So you got, yeah, Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, Drake. Drake, he doesn't always deliver, positive message, but let's say he's a great lyricist. He can paint a picture with words very, very clearly. And he doesn't say corny things all the time. Like there's one thing to be able to, tell a story, and there's another thing telling a story and pointing out the obvious. Like Drake has a lot of quotables. Like he has things that stand out. Now, the reason why I'm saying it'll be a British Nigerian, and I can see it being Dave, aside from the fact that he plays the piano and the guitar and whatnot, is we have, for the first time as Brits, one up on Americans. And what that one up is the fact that the diaspora of, let me say West Africans, because when people think about blackness, they think about West African phenotypes. They're not so much thinking about the Horn of Africa, because there's always a debate about, Somali's black, there's childish debates. But anyway, when people think about what it means to be black, they think about West African phenotypes. And so Nigeria is the biggest country, the most influential country in West Africa. So their diaspora, Nigerian diaspora, have been in the UK before any other country en masse. Nigerians are everywhere, but in the UK, that's where it was the first like real significant population outside of Africa, of Nigeria. To be honest, yeah, there's loads in Cameroon and whatnot, but let's talk about the West. Yeah, and so because there was a big diaspora in the UK, and we went through the street struggle. You know what I mean? Like the things that let's say Jamaicans who came before us were talking about. We were living in the hood in the ends in the estates as well. And then we talked that talk through, as I mentioned earlier, the articulate way, through an introspective way of looking at it, not glamorizing it, but talking about it, and also bringing our own twang to it as well, because you got the Afro beats, the vibe, and all of that, the melody, but also talking that talk, yeah. And it's the first time that we have Americans looking at Brits through a place of Brits coming before them. So when you have UK people growing up in the hood in the UK, the ones that we were looking to were America. It was like New York. LA, like the G's there talking, whatever they were talking about, we could relate to some extent. It was like other black brothers talking about their struggle and what they're going through and how to overcome it. Maybe not, but just things that you can relate to. But now it's from a Nigerian perspective, and there's a lot of Americans who are listening to Nigerian MCs from the UK who are like, oh, you're talking about you got cousins in Africa who are this and that. Like, I've never heard that in America. This is the first time that I'm hearing that, which is crazy. So yeah, this is I say the first time where there's a big influx of American listeners who are gauging towards British Nigerian, well, British rappers who have lived their experience before them. It's always been the other way around. It's always been UK guys listening to Americans because they've had the struggle of being black in America. But now there's I don't know what to call it because when I say African Americans in this sense, I mean first generation immigrants in America of West African descent. They're listening to people in the UK like to drop some gems because we've been in the UK longer. We've been in a Western country as first generation immigrants longer than they have in America. So I believe that that support, that foundation is gonna be there to propel a British MC of Nigerian descent, and I can see it being Dave, Yeah, just those thoughts.